Greetings and welcome to Productive DeFi. One of the things I forgot to mention about lending and borrowing that I wanted to cover real quickly too is regards to that health factor. Now, it looks like in my case, the health factor moved in my favor because if you remember, a health factor of 1 is bad and a higher number is good. And last time I shot this video, it was about 1.8 and now it's 1.92. So it slightly got better, but I wanted to talk about, your health factor because it'll tell you risk details if you check this out and you can kind of see where you are. 1 is closer to liquidation value where you get liquidated and they would repossess your collateral. And then you would also get charged that collateral fee of 5% or whatever the fee is for whatever asset you're borrowing. So that's something you want to avoid. You definitely don't want to get liquidated and pay the penalty. But I wanted to talk about, well, what do you do if you end up, like let's say that I started off at like a 3, hypothetically. And then today I looked here and I was a 1.92 and I was worried that I was getting a little bit too close for my liking to liquidation value. I wanted to not be so heavily leveraged. Well, in that case, what I would do, and I know we're dealing with smaller amounts here, like $100, but I could theoretically have done something with like $10,000. And in that case, you'd be, if you have $10,000 in here and you borrowed half of it, you'd be basically borrowing $5,000. That's equivalent to what I could do. So you don't want to risk over leveraging yourself and then having some of your $10,000 collateral basically repossessed by them and liquidated, and if that's the case. So what do we do if it was a 3 hypothetically and now it's a 1.92 and we wanted to get back closer to a 3 or just closer in that direction of a higher number? Well, you have 2 options. One is you either just supply more, you put more collateral up. So I just take, and it can be anything. It doesn't need to be DAI again. So that's an important lesson to know. You don't need to put up the same collateral you had before. It could just be another asset. If I supply another asset, my health factor will be improved because if I put like another, $90 and $100 here of ETH, that would bring my total balance up to like roughly 200. And then my health factor would increase substantially. Another option, don't do that. You can, I'm not saying don't do that. I'm just saying another option instead of doing that is to just simply repay what you borrowed. So if the health factor is getting riskier, I can just come in here and just repay some of the stuff that I borrowed so that I'm not borrowing as much as I had before. So you just basically repaying your loan a little bit and your health factor will improve. So that's just something I wanted to cover, health factor when it comes to lending and borrowing, and making sure that you avoid that liquidation because, what you borrow today, 5 months from now, it could either be in a situation where it's worse or it's better. And if it's worse and you don't want to get liquidated and paid that fee, then this is how you kind of manage it. So you would just come in here, check your health factor, try to get it closer to the green. And the way you do that again is either putting up more collateral or repaying what you borrowed, and then you'll be good to go. All right, I'll see you in the next video.